Hello and welcome to Tara's Daily Insight. My name is Mitchell and it is Wednesday, April the 3rd, 2013. And I want to go ahead and set the intention for you and for me that we would receive healing, confirmation, guidance, and a better connection to our higher self and spirit through this time that we have together. I also want to set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest possible frequency of divine love that we can today, and that we would be in alignment and harmony with our true nature. I also set the intention for myself to be a channel for information from Source, from my team spirit guides, and from the people I call the golden ones, which are more like teachers to me, and just from any angels that are available and need to express something today. So all that set, I'm going to move forward. I hope you can feel the difference in just the last couple of days. I talked briefly about how March was like kind of trudging through mud and mire, and there was a lot of people releasing things, and their bodies were kind of out of alignment with some dis-ease and flu and colds and sinus stuff. You know, I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room, which is this on my lip. Um, it's very interesting because growing up, I got the fever blisters as a kid. It's usually when I get too much sun or I get really stressed out. And probably in the last 2 years, I've been able to, using my ethereal fingers and healing, keep it from even, and it's gross, but even erupting and getting to where you can see like a scar. I could still feel it, but I always kept it where it was just barely under the surface. But this past Sunday, when I felt it coming on, I took my L-lysine, my garlic, Ignatia. I did the work on it, but it still had to come out. So I know there's definitely some releasing going on with me as well. And it's just going to have to run its course, which is kind of gross, but you know, there are worse things I could be dealing with, right? So let me dive in and pull a card for today. And that card today will be Six of Swords. So nice ending. And I think I was about mentioning the I need to remember this card. Wow, boy. I was mentioning how it feels different here in April, and March was trudging through some stuff. It just feels lighter, you know, it feels like spring. It feels like the sun is shining. So I hope you can feel and experience that as well. If you're not, and you immediately recoil and want to say, but, then what I want you to do is just take a moment and ask yourself, where are you not, coming to grips with what you're creating? You know, you are the creator of your life and your existence. There is, co-creation, but that's usually on grander scale. So usually how you're feeling, what money might be in your bank account, what job you might be having, who you're hanging out with, those things that are pretty close to you, you're pretty much in charge of creating those things. So if you don't like where you are that way, you can change that. Now, if you look on a grander scale, like in your county, your state, your country, that's where a lot more of co-creation comes in. You still can be a part of making this a better world, having more peace, but it is a larger scale, and that's about changing the masses. But even one person can raise a vibration of several around near. I mean, I'm doing it through video. There's at least 170 subscribers here, something like that. And every post that I do, it's making a difference, and that's where I'm letting the channel come through. So I spent 4 minutes talking about that stuff, so let me dive in. I'll pull in the number 6 of Swords here. And as you can see, this card has come up quite a bit. It often can represent death. Do not feel it's representing that today. The number 6 is a very peaceful and passive number, very receptive. The swords are things that are mental and of air and logical things, and it is the element air, like I said. But take notice that the light is behind this woman, and she is moving forward. She is standing very proud, very tall. She has her hands on the ship. She's got this. She knows she is enough. And the interesting thing is, I can look at her and see that she has just left a family and a lot of money and even children behind, and she is moving ahead, knowing what her path is, knowing where she is supposed to be going. So a lot of strength, a lot of courage. She worked this out logically, and her heart is following, and that's just the message for today. So cut the ties with the sword when you know you need to move forward and leave the things behind. Once again, our society teaches us that, it's not okay to walk away from friends or family or a relationship. And more we're understanding that it's not that it's okay, but when it's the right thing to do, do it. When you know that it's going to help expand you rather than limit your life and your growth and your soul's path. Allow those decisions to expand you. Once again, just ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't afraid? What would you do if you weren't living in a place of fear? So just ask that simple question and see where it lands. So I thank you very much. If you're not on my emailing list, get on there. I'm going to be posting my first virtual lab pendulum class, which is about a 15-minute video on how to purchase and use a pendulum. You'll see that on my Facebook page. So jump over to that. I'll put that link down in the bottom as well. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.